Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Something that's been bugging me for a little while has been modern touring cars, how light they are. So it limits us to what we can do to paint them as such, and as a result we're seeing fields and fields of one colour paint jobs, most of them white or something similar. So I thought I'd go ahead and paint something up with as few cut lines as possible to see where we can get away with. This is for my own car, for the Yokomo RS1 that I've been building and reviewing on the page as well. Um, and yeah, so we took a Prolite as a protoform type S, if I remember right. And give it obviously did the usual prep that we do: wash, clean, dry, everything else. Coat it with three light coats of liquid mask, and went ahead. And essentially, from the first shot, you can see there is just one cut line. Um, on the whole body, and the idea being that we're going to use a bit of airbrush technique and work from there. What you might see on the video here as well is the shape of the body shell seems to change quite a lot. That's simply because, as with most of these things, it's not very efficient to go out with one body shell and sit watching for the paint to dry. So I'm doing two of my mates 8 scales at the same time as well whenever the touring car body is under the light. So yeah, we start off with, and obviously from dark to light. So start off with the black window surrounds on it, a couple of light coats, dust it in, let it cure, paint it again, and you can get heavier with each step if you really want to. Again, with a touring car, when you're using a lightweight body shell, keep the weight to a minimum where you can. So what we've done here is we've removed all the rear section, the colored section it's going to be, and we are using a brush to splatter the paint on as such to give it more of a rustic, grungy look. That's then backed up with some fine line fading in black again, just to ease everything in. And then you'll see in a wee second we'll get our RCS hex mesh to it, and that then just brings everything together and makes it look a little bit more intricate than just a one color paint job. We're sitting here on Dave's 8 scales, feathering in the edges. They're, I mean, the Lexan's so thick in those you could nearly do it with a Stanley knife if you wanted to. But we're working away with those, just as we said. Okay, back onto the touring car again. There is the RCS hex mesh, and the trick of this is not to use it as a main color. You're using it just to feather in around the edges to give a graduated look to it. It's just, again, it's not a whole filling section. With the contours in the body, it's really difficult to get. So it is just at the very few edges. Give it a fade out with a light, really, really thin mixture of just flat black. Once that's done, then you can see cleaning out the airbrush. It's straight on with fluorescent orange. Now, with this, well organized as ever, I had to pre-mix and thin a few bits and pieces here just as we work away with it. But yeah, and again, it's as with everything, it's a couple of light coats. It's a couple of light coats and build up from there. So the first coat really is just a key, especially with fluorescence. First coat's really just a key. Let it cure off, and then you can get more and more intense as you get to it. Once we get Dave's out of the way here, there we go. And again, just build up, build up, build up, and you can get more and more intense as you go. With these 8 scales, actually, it's working round. Normally you trim line everything in chrome or black to make life easy, so you can remove it first and then paint from there. Typically, being awkward, Dave, he's a good mate of mine, has been for years, but he wanted a fluorescent yellow trim line, which means I have to leave it last, and it's fiddly as get out. He'd watch this and hopefully get a laugh at that. That's just how difficult he's making my life. Back on, like I say, with the touring car again. Painting 3 or 4 coats of fluorescent orange because the shell is, I use an infrared heater, and it's basically hot to the touch. The paint's curing nearly as soon as it touches it. So what we're going to do, instead of backing up with white, sometimes you can get a fairly inconsistent coverage with it. So instead of building up with white, we're going to back it up with opaque orange. That will give all the backing we need for it, but it'll mellow out any potential high spots or hot spots on the body shell and keep more consistent color around it. Again, maybe not that important with the splatter and grungy effect. But yeah, happy with that then. To save us, there's no point in backing that with white to then remove the mask and do the front. So we'll do it all in one fell swoop here. So that is all the mask off the car now. We'll grab some, clean the brush obviously, grab some clean pure white, spray it on, and there we go. As simple as that. And I think, yeah, it's a fairly effective way of doing a very simple lightweight body shell. The beauty of two colors just is the fact that there's no more weight on it. As ever, thanks for watching. Feel free to drop a comment. We'd love you to put a like. We'd love you to subscribe as well if we could. Just allows us to make more content like this. Thanks now.